Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk about the nerdy news that you need to know about. It's the only news that matters. It's good news. Kicking things off, we have Marvel Legends with a really odd reveal. It's the Spider-Man and Morbius Neogenic Nightmare 2-pack. I was really quite befuddled when I saw this. I'm not mad about it. I don't really understand why it's hitting store shelves. So it's a Walmart exclusive for $50, but these are two old figures that haven't been updated or improved or repainted or anything. It's just Spider-Man and Morbius from, 5 or 6 years ago. It's a long time ago that these figures came out, and there haven't been any touch-ups or improvements. No extra heads, no extra accessories, no incentive to want to buy them again. Hey, so I just realized when I was looking closer at the pictures, Spidey has torso swivel. So there you go. That is an improvement to the original one. So you can kind of just ignore my griping in the next segment about how there's no reason for this, because there you go, they did make a change. Or don't ignore my griping and instead make fun of me for being a dum-dum who didn't notice that they'd improved the figure with torso swivel. So there you go. At least that's something. So you can see I'm not ragging on Hasbro. I'm not angry, because it's not like they've forced your hand to buy this set. It's not like they've included a third figure that we really want. That they're like, you gotta buy these two old ones. No. So if you want it, you can go to Walmart and get it for $50. But honestly, if you want these two figures, you could probably go onto eBay and buy each of them for like $10. They're not really hard to come by. Maybe Morbius a little bit, but not really. So yeah, I think a lot of people have been kind of hoping and hankering for an animated Morbius. This ain't it. It's a really odd choice. Like I said, I'm not mad. I'm just a little bit puzzled. And sticking with Marvel, oh my goodness, Thor is coming in the form of a Revoltech figure. Now this got me excited when I saw it, because we've all had the Mafex letdown earlier this year. We know about it, we experienced it, we all went through it together, and we saw it coming, and still, it was a disappointment. But hey, it is what it is. You're not going to keep me down for long. Not when there's another Thor right on the horizon. This time, being a Revoltech figure, it's going to be up to you whether or not you like the look of it. You might see that picture and go, ugh! No, thank you. What are those things jutting out of his knees and elbows? Yep, I know Revoltech is a very stylized kind of look, and you're going to decide whether or not you like it or not. Me, personally, I really like the look of this Thor. The Mafex is going to be out, and Revoltech's going to be in. That's going to be my Thor, because I'm guessing he's going to be bigger and chunkier and heftier. I love the more animated style. I love the Marvel Now. Is that the Marvel Now costume? I think that's what you would refer to it as. Nonetheless, we're going to get a full product reveal in a few days, and when we do, y'all best believe I'm going to be covering it, because Revoltech, man, between this, the Moon Knight you got coming out, your Flash and Zoom, like they are up in their game, and I am here for it. So yeah, just give me this Thor. I want him, baby. I want him. Hasbro also have some San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Star Wars items and some big prices to go with them as well. You know me, I don't make the news, I just report it, but I do put my little spin on it. And in this case, $110 for 3 Star Wars The Force Unleashed figures. Ooh, that's a lot of scratch. I know that the 3 Spider-Men were about $100 as well, but this is $110. And okay, you get some extra prop diorama pieces. Don't get me wrong, these all look really nice. This is a cool looking set. But $110? Yowie wowie, pal. That is a lot of galactic credits you would have to shell out for this. So, I don't know, man. Like, these individual packages together, like, they do look nice. But still, that's breaking down to... Break it down! Sorry, a little DX moment there. But, like, nearly $40 for each one of these figures? Bruh. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. So I'm a huge Force Unleashed and I'm a Sean Connery Force Unleashed fan. I'm a big Force Unleashed fan, but I wouldn't part with that kind of money because that's just it's a couple of stormtroopers and Starkiller. He's kind of cool, but it's a lot of money, man. Speaking of a lot of money, we've got the vintage collection Black Constantin. I assume that's how. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Black Constantin. And again, he looks great. But when I saw the price, I was like, oh, that's a Black Series. No, this is the vintage collection. You know how much it's going for? $40. Holy potatoes! I'm trying to be as upbeat talking about crazy prices as possible because I don't want to have this be a video that you click on just to hear Dave moan about prices. Like, oh, this is coming out and it costs too much. So I'm trying to do it with a smile on my face. But still, $40 for a vintage collection figure? You cheeky little devils, Hasbro. Unbelievable. Again, the package looks really nice, but I think the $40 would look nicer in my wallet as well, so I might just stick with that. But it's annoying because both of these Star Wars items, they do look good. It's just too expensive. For you Dragon Ball Z fans, SH Figuarts have revealed their Kid Son Goku figure, and I can't really tell you much more about him because you know me, I'm not really up on my Dragon Ball Z, but he looks like another very worthy addition to the line. Comes with a few different faces that you can change in and out, and the SH Figuarts figures, they are always very well made and put together. Nice fluid movements and joints, I was going to say loosey-goosey, but the movement is loosey-goosey, but they're not flippy-floppy. That's a big difference when assessing toys. You can use that in your own video reviews, all you YouTubers out there. It's loosey-goosey, but not flippy-floppy. That's what's important. I'm just talking gibberish. Guys, go check this out. 5,000 yen, which equates to about $36, and going to be available around about January next year. Now we're going to step on over to McFarlane and their San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, because they got a whole bunch. They got a whole lot of stuff going on, and some of these are kind of interesting, I would say. So we've got the 85th anniversary Superman that we spoke about before, who's got the red blood paint on him. I know it's not blood, but it kind of looks like it. It looks odd. It's an odd stylistic choice, but hey, sometimes you got to go outside the box, and that was definitely the case with this more artistic repaint of the character. Then also we've got the Dread Lantern. This looks kind of cool. I don't know this character. I wouldn't pretend to know this character, but it's a cool looking design. I love the flame effects. He looks menacing and mean, and just kind of a badass looking addition to your DC shelf. That's all I can say about him. But yeah, I like what they're doing with him. You see the fully lit up looking picture here, and yeah, there's some Photoshop going on with the ring glow and stuff, but still, he looks pretty cool. Then we got the black and white ink line version of Mr. Freeze. And this, it's the Big Daddy Mr. Freeze. And this does look pretty cool, actually. I don't cool, Mr. Freeze. But I wouldn't want to get him over the original one. I like the colors of the original. But if you do want like a collection of your artist black and white sort of versions and variants, this would be a good one to go for. Like he does look cool, and just being the bright, stark white, I mean, it does fit in with Mr. Freeze. So, there's a lot of logic to be had with that. Then, we got one I really like. This Nightfall Batman, baby. 30th anniversary of the breaking of the bat. That wasn't a Bane voice. I don't know what that voice was. Nonetheless, though, this is my definitive looking Batman right here. I love the grey and blue, baby. That's what I'm talking about. My only problem with this Batman is that it's Nightfall Batman. This is Batman getting his back broken by Bane. There's a lot of B's in that. What you really wanted to have done was add an extra head where he's like, I'm about to have my back broken! Because here he's just like, if you pose him with Bane, it looked like Bane's rocking him to sleep or something. He's like, I will break you! He's like, well, are you gonna do it then? Because you're just holding me at the moment, Bane. So, yeah, I think a grimacing face would have really just been the chef's kiss to top off this package. But nonetheless, though, the whole thing together, it does look rather nice, but that's something McFarlane have always sort of struggled with a bit, or just plain not done, is alternate heads. They're not big on alternate heads, and this is one that I think would have really benefited. Then we got ourselves Heath Ledger Joker. This is the Joker bank robber. There you go. Speaking of alternate heads, we've got one right here. That's some comic timing right there. So yeah, you could army build this. What were there, like 3 or 4 at the start of The Dark Knight? And this is a good-looking Joker figure. Like it really is. They did this look justice. So I was about to say I'm down to clown. Man, I'm just coming out with all the unintentional DC puns right now. But yeah, it's a pretty looking set. I thought that was kind of cool. The Joker mask looks kind of grim and scary in a clown kind of way. I like that. Then Force Ghost Joker. Or Sonar Joker. Come on, I think when we all saw this the first time, we all thought, oh my god, have they just done a Heath Ledger ghost figure? That's weird. And then we saw that it was a Sonar Joker, and we're like, oh, that's still weird, but less weird. It's just any excuse to repaint the character. There you go. Just looks a little bit frosty as well. Looks like Martin Short in the third Santa Claus movie where he plays Jack Frost. That's the vibe I'm getting from this Joker here. But then we got cloth goods on our McFarlane figures. This is interesting. We have Bane with his lovely fur jacket. This actually looks really, really impressive. I like just look at that picture there. Like that looks like a full-on, a lot more high-end than you would expect from a regular McFarlane figure. I'm really, really impressed with that. And also, yeah, you can take that jacket off. You can put it on anyone you want. That could be a fun little accessory to have. So really, out of this whole San Diego Comic-Con lineup they've got, I think Wintercoat Bane. It's like describing him like a Barbie. New Wintercoat Bane in his fluffy flight jacket. I think that looks pretty wicked. He almost reminds me of like a Mythic Legions type character. That's kind of cool. So yeah, McFarlane, they kind of bring in the heat this Comic-Con. And joining in on the Comic-Con action, Mondo have got a whole bunch of exclusives as well. First of all, we've got the casual wear animated Wolverine. And this, we kind of previewed it a couple of episodes ago. But yeah, just seeing him in all his full-on glory does look absolutely wonderful. I really hope that we can get a 1/12 scale Marvel Legend of this guy, because this is the most classic day-wear Wolverine. And the fact that you've got so many removable parts and pieces, you can take his jacket fully off, he's got all the different hands, the grimacing face. This is a really nice looking Logan. All of these figures I'm going to be covering for Mondo go for about $250. So yeah, wow. Whew. That is I can't rag on the Hasbro prices and then say like, oh, but $250 for a figure is fine. Yeah, I know, it's all, the value is where you find it. It's where you want it. So there you go. This price is also perfectly reasonable or completely insane, depending on who you're asking. I think, to be honest, I might have been just a little bit skewed with my Star Wars price bashing, because it's Star Wars and Hasbro, and that always makes you feel a bit like, they're just trying to gouge the wallets a little bit. Whereas other companies that aren't as well known, like Mondo, you're like, give the guys a chance. They're just trying to, put out some great artistic work. It's so funny how the mind can be kind of slanted from, in favor of one thing to another, but just a little bit of introspection that I'm trying to have and show, and just, be fair with my reporting. This isn't reporting. This is just looking at websites and saying what I find. Then also, we've got Magneto, and this is just so beautiful. Just absolutely stunning. Mafex, this is kind of what I wanted the Mafex Magneto to look like. Obviously, of course, this one is a much bigger scale, so you can do different paint techniques and things to really make him feel alive. But that's what it is. The face, I feel, just looks, it's animated, but it looks like there's life going on there. And that's so cool. The skin tone looks kind of real, and just the mashed up ball of metal that he's got there, just boom. And just look at him there with the glorious locks of hair and the mean expression. This Magneto, man. Again, about $250, and a lot of shelf space as well is what he's going to take up, but I mean, he would fill it absolutely gloriously. This is a beautiful piece of work right here. And now we got Prince Adam from Masters of the Universe as well, and this is so goofy, so ridiculous. I kind of love it. This is just wonderful. The bright pink pastel colors that he's wearing, like Prince Adam has always been portrayed as kind of a goofball looking kind of character, and Mondo have leaned so leaned. They've lented so hard into that goofball kind of look with this and really just brought it all out. And it looks wonderful. It looks so silly with his ridiculous haircut. And now they've got the cloth goods as well with his little sort of loincloth type bit and the tights. Yeah. Utterly ridiculous. Looks like a Roidy Magoo ballerina. Crazy, but also crazy brilliant. I really, really love what they've done. They've even got the ha 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 laughing head kind of meme going on there. Yeah, that's really wonderful. The Mondo 1/6 scale Master of the Universe figures, they're absolutely incredible. And this is just an amazing addition to that line. Bravo, guys. It's, you know, again, that's more money than I'm going to spend on a He-Man figure, but dang it, if you want a 1/6 scale collection of these guys, this is really wonderful. I'm very impressed with this. Over in merchandise, Hasbro are giving you a 1-to-1 scale, well, life-size scale, there you go, that's what it's called, prop replica of Captain Carter's shield from What If, or I suppose Multiverse of Madness as well. And yeah, it's exactly what it says on the tin, so I'm not going to wax lyrical about it for too long, because you can see in the pictures it looks nice. It's $150, so, you know, it's certainly more high-end, but it's not ludicrous, and I always kind of liked the Union Jack reinterpretation of the shield. It's kind of fun, so yeah, as a little cosplay or prop replica, something to put on your wall, I think this is kind of nice. Mattel are also getting in on the San Diego Comic-Con action with their Jurassic Park set. This is kind of fun. Steven Spielberg, is this the first Steven Spielberg action figure we've had? I don't know. Comment below, let me know if we've had some other ones. So this is fun. This is in their 3.75 inch scale, although it seems a little bit off, as the Dilophosaurus seems way too big for the scale of the person. But I don't know, that's getting into semantics. Regardless, it's a nice looking set. I can't find a price for it, so I'll try and keep my eyes out for that. But just having the director's chair and the camera, and like, that's a really fun little setup. I dig that. Although, yeah, just, I don't know, is the Dilophosaurus too big? I feel like it's a bit too big, but maybe I'm just misremembering. No, I'm not. No. That's the size of like a Velociraptor. That thing's definitely too big. But still, I think if it was smaller, it might not feel like such a good value set. So maybe they just made it bigger just to make you feel like, oh, I'm getting some more bang for my buck. And you can get some bang for your buck at the Mattel Creations website, because it will also be available there as well. So yeah, you can pick up this set, and yeah, it does actually look kind of fun. This is just a San Diego Comic-Con heavy episode, because also Jazzwares have their exclusive Modern Warfare Ghost figure, and it looks interesting. $40. So, you know, a little bit more high-end, but you've got some decent-looking accessories there as well. You got the guns, the ammo, the clips, all that good stuff. It's just, yeah, whether or not you're a big Modern Warfare fan, just if you like your military figures, this guy could go straight in with your Valaverse, your G.I. Joes, like a badass-looking mercenary. The more I look at him, the more I'm thinking, yeah, this guy looks pretty wicked, actually. I kind of like what they've done there with the shawl as well. That's a mean-looking action figure. If I was still just like getting a little bit of this, a little bit of that, just, you know, here, there, and everywhere, just getting cool figures, this would definitely be a cool figure I would consider. Yeah, he looks pretty wicked. Not just exclusive to San Diego Comic-Con, Walmart will soon be getting the Ninja Turtles set of figures from the new movie. There, managed to get that sentence out. And honestly, I think these are really, really pretty looking action figures. When I first saw the redesigns of the Turtles, I was like, oh, geez, I don't know about this. They're going highly stylized, but actually now I'm kind of won over by them. I'm really, really looking forward to this movie. And these action figures, they look real pretty, man. They look like they've been put together with a lot of love, care, and attention. So there doesn't seem to be a huge amount of accessories with the different turtles and the different figures, but nonetheless, just the overall paintwork on them, it looks nice. It looks real clean, real sharp. So these are going to be $30 each, or like 29 something or other. So again, hey, look, just prices are expensive. I need to stop banging on about these things, because they ain't changing. It's like, you don't like it? Earn more money. Well, brother, that's what I'm trying to do, because I don't want to stop buying action figures. But yeah, these turtles look really cool. Coming to Walmart, almost $30 each, but dang, they'd make a nice looking set. We've also had revealed Walmart exclusive Mattel WWE Ultimate figures of Brock Lesnar and RVD, or should I pronounce it, Brock Lesnar. This is the baby Brock Lesnar from like 2002, 2003. This is "Here Comes the Pain Call," and actually this is peak Brock Lesnar here. This was before the UFC, when he was just this rookie who was murdering everyone. And I gotta say, this Ultimates edition here looks really good. Plus, you've actually got the best world title that I think WWE ever had. And that's purely debatable, and I know. And actually, let me know in the comments what you think the best looking belt is. But for me, the Undisputed Championship, it looked like a real championship belt. Not a toy or a prop or a trinket or anything like that. It looked like something a professional athlete would win. Unlike the one that RVD comes with here, which is the John Cena Spinner Belt, which is, talk about a monkey's paw wish. I was the biggest RVD mark in the late 90s, early 2000s. Absolutely obsessed with the dude. Thought he was amazing, because he was. And then finally, I get my wish of, he becomes WWE champion at like the worst era in WWE, with the worst title in the worst way. I'm like, man. And then he loses it a week later because of his own dumb decisions. So it's like, Rob. It just wasn't meant to be. Nonetheless, though, both of these figures I think actually look pretty wicked. I've never had a Rob Van Dam figure, and this looks like the definitive RVD figure. So, if I saw him randomly, I'd actually be tempted to pick that up. And now, G.I. Joe, man. They just always bring the heat, and they're bringing it to the Walmart Collector Con. 3 figures, each of them looking so awesome. G.I. The whole reason I stopped collecting G.I. Joe was because they were too good. And I just wanted all of them. So I was like, no, I just got to go cold turkey. Because you got this Crimson Alley Viper here. Damn, he looks like a badass. I love the original bright colored one. But this, you see, just the compulsion to want to army build these guys. I don't know where you find the money and the space to army build a huge G.I. Joe army, but if you can do, then man, I am jealous, because he just looks amazing. The Alley Viper always came with so much, so many different posing options, so many accessories. I love the visor that can go up and down. He just looks like a mean, badass mercenary. We got a couple of different shades of Viper now, but this might very well be the best one. I'm really taken by this. I'm a smitten kitten. But that's not all. That's the crazy thing. We've got Mole Rat as well. And you guys have got to help me out with this, because I'm not familiar with Mole Rat at all. Is this like an army building zombie kind of character? I mean, that face looks pretty gnarly and pretty messed up. So even as just like a horror character, not even necessarily a G.I. Joe figure, if you just want first of all, just a scary looking gas mask soldier, like Hunk from Resident Evil. That in itself just looks kind of wicked. But then you have this kind of zombie angle as well. Guys, what's the deal with because you can see in this picture, they're all staggering around like zombies. That looks so cool. And it's just a regular action figure, like Hasbro. There you go. You see, I rag on Hasbro, but when they do good, man, dude, they do so good. And then also we've got Shooter. I know she has a full name, but it escapes me this second. But she looks like a decent. I'm not as excited because those first 2 figures they're more fun. Well, at least for me, they're more fun. Whereas this is a more kind of realistic military lady. What is it? Jodie Shooter Craig. There you go. So, yeah, I don't have any knowledge of that character, so I don't have that investment to get excited about her. But nonetheless, though, all of the accessories. Again, it's G.I. Joe, so you know the accessories are going to look great. Plus, the body has the nice looking articulation. The female face sculpt looks kind of real, like alive. They've cracked the eyes finally. They've cracked doing eyes that don't look mannequinish or anything like that. With the gas mask, looks real sort of Last of Us as well. So, dude, dang it, G.I. Joe. Always killing it. I'm always so tempted to dip my toe back into G.I. Joe, but I know I mustn't. And finally, for action figures, the boys over at Four Horsemen Studios have shown their Legion Con 2023 2-pack exclusive, which is a fun first-time mashup of Mythic Legions and Cosmic Legions together in one set. And we got a couple of doozies here, but full-on Skeleton Warriors theme right here. So you got the traditional kind of, I always think Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 3 when I see Skeleton Warriors like this. I absolutely love that. That's really, really cool. But then also on the cosmic side of things, there's something about a skull in a spacesuit that just has this feeling of like eerie sci-fi dread. And this is exactly that. I really, really like that. I got stung for £130 on my Cosmic Legions import fees. So I'm not going to be doing that anymore. So Cosmic Legions, unfortunately, I got to be out because I went all in for the first wave, and I'm happy that I did. One day I'll get my hands actually on them and be able to open them and enjoy them. But still, the price of the full wave plus $130 just in imports custom charges. Ouch. That stung, man. That stung. But if you're lucky enough to live in the US and you can get these at a reasonable shipping price, then man, I say go for it, because this is still probably my favorite line, even if I can't afford to pick them up myself. Cruel fate. And folks, that does it for good news for today. No extra movies, video games, cosplay, all that kind of thing. I gotta go to work. I just don't have the time. So maybe in the next episode, there's going to be a whole bunch of other miscellaneous stuff, but we had enough action figures to keep us busy, so I thought I'd better concentrate on that. So gang, what do you think about all of the items listed that I spoke about? Because we're sport for choice, man. It's a good time to be a collector, and an expensive time as well. But thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Coffee, big time coffee.